Bledsoe was arrested.
Patrick Montgomery was in court.
Jonathan Manapa will stay in federal custody.
No, I don't take responsibility at all.
Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So 30-year-old North Carolina resident David Gietzen traveled to D.C. with his brother, and he was seen on the Capitol grounds wearing a baseball helmet, goggles, and knee pads. Because, never know when you might run into Trump. Anyway, am I right? And the prosecutor says he maneuvered to the front of the crowd. He was seen pushing against the police officers. He was pulling on their riot shields. And then he started screaming at the police. He was calling them a, quote, fucking disgrace. And he was yelling, quote, we want Trump. And then Gietzen backed away for a minute. And then he went right back a little while later to pushing against the police again. Then he was seen shoving one officer, and he grabbed the face mask of another officer. And then a short time after that, the police retreated. And so Gietzen followed them, and he was seen jabbing at an officer with a long pole. And then he was able to land a couple of blows with that pole. He hit basically between the gaps in the officer's protective gear, they said. So they said he hit him somewhere near his armpits. After that, Gietzen moved to the lower West Terrace tunnel, and he spent about 20 minutes pushing against the police again. He was obstructing officers from clearing the Capitol grounds. So following the Capitol attack, Gietzen sent a message, and he was celebrating his crimes, and he was planning for the next siege. In one message, he said, quote, I've never been prouder to be an American than today's protest. Word is, next one is on Jan 17. In another message, Gietzen wrote, quote, at least in part, unfortunately, it seems civil war is all but assured now. Word on the street is that the next rally is on the 20th, and people are bringing their guns this time. Remember, the 20th was the inauguration. And in yet another message, Gietzen referred to January 6th as, quote, a beautiful, beautiful day. And he said, quote, Americans remembered where their spine was, and senators learned that crimes have consequences. Gietzen also wanted to make sure that the left didn't get credit for his crimes, so he sent a message to someone saying, quote, by the way, they're trying to give credit to storming Congress on the news to Antifa. Bullshit, in all caps. I was there in the hallway helping to push the line of guards back. Today was 100% what happens when you piss off normal people, and the next protest is going even further. Normal? Isn't that a bit much? Anyway, so Gietzen was arrested on May 11th of 2022, and he was charged with civil disorder, 2 counts of assaulting officers with a deadly or dangerous weapon, entering restricted grounds with a deadly or dangerous weapon, disorderly conduct on restricted grounds with a deadly or dangerous weapon, and 2 counts of physical violence, one of which also included that dangerous or deadly weapon enhancement. So Gietzen refused a plea deal. He opted for a jury trial, and he made an almost laughable statement during the trial. Gietzen claimed he wasn't trying to hit the police with the pole. He said he was just trying to move them out of the way. So in August of 2023, the jury found Gietzen guilty on all counts, as we knew they would, and he faced up to 20 years in prison, 5 years of probation, and $250,000 in fines. And Gietzen was ordered to surrender to the Bureau of Prisons in October of 2023. They said they were going to hold him prior to his official sentencing. Well, Gietzen just didn't show up, just decided to skip it. So the court issued a bench warrant for his arrest. That was November 15th. He was finally taken into custody almost a month later on December 12th. And Gietzen also failed to appear at a couple of status hearings during that same period of time. So the prosecutor asked the judge to apply an obstruction sentencing enhancement because of all of that. And the prosecutor requested over 10 years in prison, 121 months to be exact. They also asked for 3 years of probation and $2,000 in restitution. And this was a unique ask, especially because Gietzen has no criminal history. Also, they pointed out, he's highly educated, he has a good paying job, he's had steady employment as a programming engineer. And I had to laugh because normally the prosecutors aren't snarky in their sentencing memos, but in this one, they wrote, quote, "Clearly, Gietzen is bright and able to get something done when he puts his mind to it, be it a college degree or assaulting officers as part of a violent mob." Now, I don't know how bright he is, considering he still believes that the election was stolen. That's at least according to his attorney. And at his sentencing hearing, Gietzen told the judge, quote, "I have to make it explicitly known that I believe I did the right thing." So, yeah, I mean, maybe bright, but common sense is not his thing, it seems. So U.S. District Judge Carl Nichols presided over Gietzen's case, and before delivering his verdict, he said, quote, "Mr. Gietzen essentially was unapologetic today about his conduct." Then he sentenced Gietzen to 6 years in prison, 3 years of probation, and 100 hours of community service. So that is definitely one of, if not, I'd have to check, but one of, if not the longest sentence handed down by Judge Nichols. He's a Trump appointee, and he is pretty sympathetic to these January 6 defendants. But I think maybe Gietzen got on his last nerve when he just blew it off, blew off sentencing and all of his hearings and everything. So let's hope this guy grows up. Let's hope he wises up in prison. And Trump probably won't even be alive when Gietzen gets out. Think of that. Think of that as a silver lining. Yeah. Here's hoping. Fingers crossed. Toes crossed, legs crossed, everything. Anyway, I will let you know when I hear more. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Please like this video, share it, become a subscriber if you have not. Please donate if you can. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.